Hello and welcome to this tutorial on working with hero images. What I have here is I have one of my training pages pulled up, and I wanted to switch out the hero image for this very pretty winter scene on campus. And as you can see here, I've got that scene. You might think there's absolutely nothing wrong with this image until you realize that what I had actually intended to show here was that water tower at the top of the frame. Instead, I don't have the water tower. I'm just looking at the campus grounds and the trees. And I'd like to do this so that the water tower shows in the image instead. This is a fairly frustrating thing for a lot of people working with hero images at the first time, figuring out exactly why their hero image never aligns in this space the way they intend it to. Well, the answer is that the hero image area is not intended to show the entirety of an image, nor does it give the option to adjust the image in the frame. It's much like the window of your house. When you look through the window of your house, say you look through the living room window to the inside of your house, you don't see the entire room. You only see a portion of the room, and the rest of it is sort of hidden from view. And that's exactly how these work. The whole image does not show, just a portion of the image shows, and the rest of the image is hidden under various other areas. For example, a lot of images that are brought in here that are not tall enough, it will fill out starting from the top going down, and they'll end up with maybe half of an image in people's feet or something like that that they don't intend here. And so it's a bit of a frustrating thing to work with, but fortunately there is a workaround where you can get the image to display as you want. You just need to remember that it only displays a certain portion of the image, and you'll be able to work from there. So I've included with this video, you'll find a download link to a zip file called heroimagetools.zip, and you want to download that and expand it. So let's take a look at the actual photo again that I'm pulling this from. We can see that we have sort of this very short, very wide strip of image here that's showing. If I look at the image is way taller than what we have here. So what we need is actually a strip about here to show up in the area that they show that strip. So to kind of show how these work, and you'll find an image used as a sort of rough guide in the zip file, is we'll look at the faculty advancement page. The faculty advancement page has this really wide short banner that has a lot of the new faculty members from the year the image was taken. And if we actually look at the image that's in this place, which is included in the zip file, you can actually see that there's a giant space of black at the top and a little space of black at the bottom. Basically, it's adjusted out so that the certain portion of the image is there. Now, does it have to be this shape? Do I need those black strips? Yes, you do. If it was only this strip, it would start populating that hero space from the top, and you'd probably be looking at all these people's feet instead. So it's absolutely essential that it meet that strip. So what I've got in here is a file called banner 3000 by 2250 template. 3000 by 2250 is the recommended dimensions for a hero image in general. So we have this that runs in the background, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the watercolor water tower image, and we're sort of going to align it on the background to a position where we know it will work. And it'll probably take a little trial and error, but we'll eventually get there. And we can use the sample hero that I just showed you as sort of a rough guide as to where to start placing the image. So let's go ahead and start looking at that. I'm going to pull up the banner image here, and it's just literally white. And I'm going to pull up the water tower image. Well, actually, I already have it pulled up over here, so I'm going to separate these two. Now, I'm doing this in an Apple application called Preview. And I realize a lot of our users may not be working on Apple, but this can be done in Photoshop as well. I don't personally work in Photoshop a whole lot, but I'm going to look at a seeing if we can get a similar tutorial, but anybody with some familiarity with Photoshop should be able to show you how to do this in Photoshop. And I'm just going to select this image here real quick. And copy it. And let's see how it aligns in the banner as it is. Okay, so it's not quite 3000 by 2250. It's a little smaller than that. You do have a little bit of variance you can work with as far as that goes. Like I typically say that you can go about half the size and it won't start to appear pixelated, and that's a pretty safe rule of thumb. I'm going to use the control thing so I can keep my dimensions on the image, and I'm just going to stretch it out here a little bit. And I'm going to shrink the frame so I can see the actual banner background here. And I know, as you can see, it sort of rolls off the image there into sort of an oblivion space. And I know, looking at the other image here, that it's probably roughly a third, 2/3. It's about occurring at the 2/3 line there. So I'm going to look at seeing if I can do the same thing with this image here. And really remember, my priority is the water tower. I want the water tower visible. That seems about right to start testing with. I'm going to export this, but I'm going to leave it open. I'm not going to close it after I export it because I may need to make rough adjustments as I go. If I close this down, I'm starting over from the beginning again. So I'm going to export this as a JPEG. At full quality. And I might change the name. Water Tower Hero. I'm going to export it. Okay, so here's my Water Tower Hero. Now I want to see how this looks. So I'm going to go into my settings here. And I want to upload the image. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and publish it. I'm not going to adjust the size or anything because I know that the 3000 is already the proper width dimension for the image. There we go. It's published. So let's go back to the page I had it on. Should be this one. I'm going to go into multi-edit. And I'm going to change that image out. Water Tower Hero. Save it. And that's really, really close to what I'm wanting here. The water tower is still a little low, I think. I'd like to have a little more of the treetop showing there. So I'm going to go back to my preview. And I'm going to scoot that picture up a little bit. Oh. It's opened as a separate image here. There we go. I'm going to move that up a little bit, maybe. Re-export it. And I'm going to give it a separate name. I'll delete out the ones that I don't end up using out of the images folder when I found the one that I want. And what I can do here is save a little bit of time. Is I can open a second tab with the images folder. There we go. upload Water Tower Hero 2. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and switch to modified so it brings it up to the top. And I'm going to publish it. Okay, so let's see what this one's going to look like. Clear that out. Water Tower Hero 2. And don't forget to change your image description so your alt text is correct. View of campus with snow on the ground during winter time with water tower visible in background. I'm going to save this. That exactly was what I was wanting. So if I go in there now and let's shut this off to get a little better view. Go into multi-edit. And there we go. So that's how you would handle awkward hero images. You basically want to take the banner thing and you sort of want to align the portion of the image you want to be visible in the space. And you can use the faculty advancement hero image as a sort of rough guide as to where items show up, where they don't show up, so to speak, and sort of work your way around there. When you're done with that, you do want to go in and delete out the files you won't use. Water Tower Hero, I'm not going to use, I don't think. So check that. It's going to move it to the recycle bin. I'm going to publish the page. Publish it. And we've got our new hero image. So with a bit of patience and trial and error with this technique, you'll be able to custom make your own hero images, displaying the portion of the images you actually want to show in that space. Thank you for watching this, and we will talk to you later.